Imagine if your bank accounts were frozen without warning. Or you've been paying for an apartment that hasn't been built. That's happening in China, where economic woes have pushed people to the streets. And some people online, like homeowners who are threatening to stop paying their mortgages until developers clear construction delays and hand over the homes they bought. China's GDP growth was close to zero during the second quarter amid COVID lockdowns and supply chain issues. These protests highlight specific troubles in parts of China's economy. So here's what's happening and how the authorities are trying to keep things under control. In China, there's been no room for political protests to challenge the leadership. Just look at Beijing's suppression of Hong Kong's pro-democracy movement since 2019. But the protests this summer are different.
This shows the recent pattern of mass protests in China. People have immediate issues to address that really affect themselves directly.
Taizhi Shui is an associate professor who's been studying social activism in China for 20 years. He says protesters can't target the ruling Communist Party if they want to be heard.
If you have political demands, there's no room for negotiation. But the scenarios we have seen are different. They're not political. They're economic or financial interest-driven.
One major issue has been the country's real estate sector. Collectively, urban Chinese have nearly 78% of their wealth tied up in residential property, and many have yet to see their new homes because developers don't have enough money to finish building apartments they've pre-sold. To get a sense of how homeowners have been left waiting in limbo, take a look at this chart. The blue line shows the number of housing projects that started construction in 2021. The red line is the number of projects that have been completed. There are a few reasons for this. First, the government's strict limits on property developers' leverage caused some of them to default on their debt. Add on top of that the slowing economy and COVID lockdowns that triggered a drop in home sales, which fell nearly 40% in July compared to last year. As a result, many developers have had less cash to fund construction. So frustrated buyers of unfinished homes have joined a movement that's been gathering steam on Chinese social media. These are hundreds of joint letters issued by homeowners from more than 100 cities across the country. They've been circulating online, and all of them share a similar message, that they'll stop their mortgage payments until developers finish and hand over the apartments. The mortgage revolt left authorities scrambling to reassure homebuyers that projects will be completed. Some local governments rolled out tax rebates, cash rewards, and lower down payments to boost their property markets.
The tradition of Chinese protests, you have to make a very loud voice to get heard.
Another problem that's triggered loud complaints: banks. In the city of Zhengzhou, protesters vented their anger at rural lenders for freezing their accounts. This comes amid a government investigation into financial misconduct by a private investment group.
Their immediate appeal is to get their money back. They're not asking anything more than that.
Chaos erupted when a group of unidentified men in white t-shirts rammed into the crowd. The Wall Street Journal couldn't determine their identity, and neither the bank nor the local government responded to requests for comment. The incident went viral on Chinese social media and got the attention of the authorities. That's when local officials stepped in and made concessions to appease demonstrators with 2 rounds of repayments to depositors.
They are giving indications that the government is working on these issues. That's the typical strategy.
For China's leaders, maintaining stability is a top economic priority. So to stop the protests from growing, the country's top policy-making body said it would work to resolve problems in the rural banking system. And it told local governments to take direct responsibility for delivering unfinished homes and supporting demand for housing.
So without finding ways to keep the economy going, more problems will show up. This may be the opportunity for them to figure out, okay, what's the best way to move forward? And also to find ways into the national economic policy to solve those issues.
Stability is also the backdrop President Xi Jinping needs as he tries to secure a precedent-breaking third term in a few months.